Hello and welcome back to my Kansas City Royals series here on OOTP 19. We are in the thick of it. Despite a slow start, we've picked it up recently. We've won 6 in a row, and we are 78 and 68. That makes us a half a game ahead of the Red Sox here in the wild card race. It looks like it might be a fight to the finish, and even in the division, we are a half a game back of the Chicago White Sox and 2 games ahead of the Twins. So things are getting a little hairy. We've got a 3-game series in Minnesota. Then we're playing the Indians. And in fact, let's take a look at the schedule that's upcoming. So we're playing the Twins, the Indians, the Tigers, then the Indians again. So a lot of divisional games, but we don't seem to be facing the White Sox. Some news, I did demote Carlos Martinez to the bullpen. He was just so awful. And he seems to have been doing pretty well in the bullpen so far, so we're just going to keep him there. Really disappointing, obviously. I mean, but you can see he was never good. It's not like he had one, disastrous month or something. He was just, never a good pitcher. So at least in September here in the bullpen, he seems to be doing okay. We're going to keep him there. In the rotation now is Jalen Beeks. He was our closer, if you remember. He was a minor league free agent signing, so at least so far he's been doing pretty good for us, so fingers crossed that keeps up. Some really bad news, though. Unfortunately, Kappa Zoo is out for 3 more weeks with a strained groin. That doesn't sound nice. But you can see he's had 37 home runs in like 370 at-bats, so that power is really there. We just got to keep him on the field. He would be back, after maybe the divisional series, so sometime in the postseason he would certainly be back. But we're going to have to make the playoffs without him. So let's just sim ahead through this Minnesota series game by game, because this series is pretty important. And then I'll just sim ahead a little bit depending on how things go. So we win the first game against Minnesota. Zach Godley on the mound here for game 2 against the Twins. And we are going to win in 12 innings. That is a big W. Now with Chu on the mound, can we get the sweep? We do get the sweep. A huge sweep in Minnesota. That is huge. Now we are a game and a half ahead in the division, and even in the wild card, that 2.5 games, but boy, oh boy, would we like to win the division. All right, so I'm going to sim ahead through the Cleveland series and maybe through the Tiger series, just depending on how things go, and then we will pick it back up from there. All right, so we are now through that Tigers series. We won 2 out of 3 against the Indians and 3 out of 4 against the Tigers. Very exciting that now we have a 3.5 game lead in the division with 7 games left to go, I believe. So that is really exciting. Things can definitely go wrong. We actually only have 6 games left in the year. We got to keep on playing, but things looking up, that is for sure. All right, so now we have a series against Cleveland. Let's go game by game here. We've got Eric Skoglund on the mound. We win the first game. Can we win the second game here with Godley? We do. And Castillo back from his injury. Only 1 week left for Kappa Zoo as well, so things on the up and up. Take a look at the standings here. We are in the postseason. And in fact, we're 5.5 games in the division, so we have won the American League Central. After such a bland start, the Kansas City Royals have won the division. They will be back in the postseason. So that is very exciting. We can sim through the rest of the year here. No problem at all. We win another game against Cleveland. I'll be doing, obviously, a postseason episode that will be separate from this one. But overall, we have to be happy with the season that we had. 90 and 72, especially after such a sluggish start. In fact, you can see in September, we went 21 and 6 after going 9 and 16 in July. So a big turnaround. Really happy about that. We ended up with a really good pitching team near the end, and we also scored a lot of runs too. So I think we could be a force to be reckoned with in the postseason, but we will have to wait and see. Thanks for watching this episode, and I will see you guys in the ALDS.